welcome to Think Big with Dan and Qasim. And our guest today is Damon. Damon, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, tell us what you do and where you live.
Yeah, I'm Damon Pistulka. I'm in the Washington State, in the United States. Yeah.
Awesome. So what do you do for a living?
What do I do for a living? I help people grow their businesses and sell them when they're ready to generate the wealth they want. We get into business for, usually because we think we can make money doing something, but the way out the other side, before retirement is really where we help people whenever they decide that, listen, I want something instead of my business, right? I want to do something else with my life. It could be philanthropic, was be a lot of different things, but I want to generate wealth with it before I do something else. And that's really what we help people do.
Awesome. So how did you get your job?
I was doing this for private equity owned investors for a lot of my career. And then ultimately in about 2010, I decided that I wanted to work for privately held companies and founders. And in 2015, I started doing this.
So as of right now, what does a typical day look like for you?
I'm checking in with clients to see how things are going. I'm working on different outreach that we're doing with people, developing educational content, reading. I read and read and read. Especially now, figuring out what AI is how it's going to be able to help us, our clients, and anyone else that we're dealing with.
So, what are you reading about AI? I mean, we're a tech company, so that's pretty intriguing for us. Like, how do you think AI is going to help your business in the next couple of years?
Well, I think it's going to help us be better, right? People talk about replacing. I don't know. Yeah, it's going to replace some stuff, but I started out in manufacturing, and they've been talking about automation going to replace everybody in manufacturing, and really all it's done is allowed us to continue manufacturing, but doing it better and more efficiently. And I really think that's what the digital AI is going to help us do. I mean, I look at it just the simple stuff that it's helping us do right better. It's helping us respond more proactively. You think about the things with e-commerce now, that what we can do by training an AI model to answer the company questions, in some cases better than a customer service person could, because of the depth of the technical knowledge you can feed into AI and feed it back on a specific product. I mean, there's just so many things it's going to help us with, and it's going to help those same customer service people ensure that the customers are getting the help they need if they need specialized help that's outside of the norm. And that's where I think it's really going to make a difference in a lot of places, is to help those people that are using AI get much, much better.
Great. So what role does technology play in your business for now?
We've been a virtual company since like 2019. So it's if we don't have the internet and the applications, we're not doing a lot. Most of our customers are doing at least a portion, if not all, of their business online. When you're running on 6 or 8 e-commerce platforms and or more. I mean, we have customers that have had over 20 different ones before, with different accounts and different things, and that's technology is all about. It's about moving data. It's about getting answers to people. I mean, even when you look at the simple stuff now, like how you can sell your products on Amazon and deliver the tracking information to the customer quickly. How do I do that? All automated. How do I keep my real-time inventory, just moving data around? How do I move that data then to my accounting system? And, technology is connecting all those pieces, because we have so many dissimilar systems in these businesses that we have to connect them together. And then when you look at it and you go, what can AI do that we're not doing now? If we can teach it how to actually give us actionable insights into our business that we're not seeing right now, I think that's a next level kind of thing that we're going to be able to do. It's really pretty cool.
Cool. It means you enjoyed a lot the COVID period.
Oh yeah. We I mean, it's in our business, when we in the selling of businesses, that's part of our business, the consulting side, the selling of businesses. It's so traditional yet. It's so traditional. I mean, you look and there's some places like Flippa and a few other ones that are selling online businesses, traditional, online, totally online. But the vast majority of business sales still happen with somebody going and talking to somebody and doing that. Well, during COVID, we sold several businesses where we never met the buyer or the seller in person. And a lot of times that the buyers did not even travel to the locations that they bought of the businesses that they bought, so it really changed the game for us. For us, like I said, we started going virtual in 2019. So we were already out. We just got lucky, right? We got lucky that we had decided to do it. We got sick of traveling. And I knew there was two things. I got sick of traveling. Well, we did. All of our team got sick of traveling. But the other thing is digital allows me to go anywhere. And that's, I'm in the Pacific Northwest in Washington State. I don't want to just work in Washington State. I want to work where I want to work. I want to work with the people I want to work with that have this, think the same way, really want to build that business. I want that 40 to 50, some early 50s business owner that says, listen, I want to generate $10 million and then I want to get out of my business and I want to go do this philanthropic thing, or I want to jump on a motorcycle and ride around the world a couple of times. I want to ski every mountain, climb every 7 highest peaks, whatever the heck you want to do. That's what we really are about. It's just the same thing that the investment people that I used to work with in holding companies or private equity groups, where they're building to a value and selling. We're helping founders do that. And that's really what we look for. And I want to do that anyway.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, obviously. And that was I think, best time when you went virtual. So what are some hard choices you had to make to get where you are right now?
Sacrifice, it would have been easy for me to keep working for the investors and running company. I think about that a lot. It would have been easy because, and there, yes, every few years you would change because we would buy and sell companies and things like that. But, it's steady income. I don't have to sell other than when I move from company to company, right? And you start to get a reputation for what you're doing. The investors know you, and they might not be today, but they might be a buyer of your services tomorrow. But that was really one of the hard things. Is it would have been easy to do that. It was a lot harder for me to step out on my own and do what I wanted to do. But honestly, I did it because I know that founder-led companies without outside investment can make decisions much differently than investor-held businesses can. And they can care more about community, more about the higher purpose for the business, and really developing the culture and the kind of impact that they want to. So that was one of the things that was easy for me to do, is to move into that. The other thing is selling. I ran companies. I had horrible networking skills. I never spoke to other than like company meetings and stuff when I was talking about the quarterly performance or something like that. I hadn't done any speaking. But yeah, there was a lot to learn when you go out and you're the one that you're going to be, talking to customers, selling on your services, rather than me going out and meeting with, say, a large company and we're selling what we're going to do for them. That I was comfortable with that, but not on a consulting kind of thing like we're doing now.
In terms of networking, it's something that I kind of struggle with myself. Like, what do you recommend? Like, how did you become good at networking?
I gravitated towards LinkedIn, and I was lucky to find people that are really good at it, and they taught me a lot. And other people taught me how to do it. And then setting up a process, right? Because there's a process I have to meet, talk to, and then after that, keep track of people that I really connect with, that are good personally, that I think are interesting, and professionally.
So in terms of networking, you mentioned that your company is obviously a fully remote company, but do you think that there's still more value in in-person networking?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I mean, and when we bring a client on, we'll go see them if that's what they want to do. And I go out and I've got meetings every week that I have to go out to 2 or 3 days a week, but it's not like you have to be. I mean, I was on the road, what are there, 20, 21 days, working days in a month? I was on the road 18, 19 of those. That's rugged. When you can do 20% of that, 25% of that face to face with people, I can get more value added work done for my company, my clients, and my sanity in those 3 days or 4 days that I spend remote than I could in a month before. I can go out and do that, and it's just fine. So, but there is value in it, because shaking hands, meeting people in person, having a beer, or whatever, is a good thing.
So do you see founders that you work with, because I think of myself, obviously I'm not at that point yet, but I think of myself, I don't even think about selling. I just want to do my business forever. But do you find people like that and convince them, or like what types of conversations you have with founders like that? They don't even think about selling.
Yeah. No, look at me. I'm old enough. I could have retired when I wanted to. Oh, not when I wanted to. I could have retired earlier. But there are people that are passionate about what they want to do, and they want to stay in their business, and that's cool. It's really people. You have to understand that all of us are going to leave our business, whether we like it or not. Choosing how we leave is not as easy if you don't prepare for it. And that's the big thing, is really about preparing for that exit so you're ready to do it the way you want. And there may be, we all go through these business cycles, right? And if you look back in the 2008, 2009 timeframe, went through the real estate crisis, there were a lot of people that were hammering it in construction and all these other services around housing that stayed in their business because they loved them, and say they were 50 years old at that time. Well, they stayed in their business, and the housing market went, and they were in their businesses for another decade, waiting for the market to return. So really, I think for me, talking to people about it is, when do you want to do it? And most people will say, you're a bit younger, but a lot of people that are in their 40s and 50s, well, I want to do it in 10 years. I want to do it in 5 years, whatever it is. I would say that comes pretty fast. And what most people don't realize is there's years worth of preparation if you really want to do it right and come out with the wealth that you want. Because if you get to the end, which the vast majority of people do, they're going to get, oh, I'm sick of it. I'm done. I'm old enough. I want to get out tomorrow, whatever. And you get it and you go, okay, now I need to talk to somebody about getting out of my business. The harsh reality is it's probably worth much less than you think it is. And it's probably much harder, if you can sell it at all, than you realize. And that's where that preparation early makes such a big difference, because you can get everything like you want. You can get it up to the value you want. You can get it structured and running like you want. So you could sell it tomorrow, and knowing that you got enough value that if I decided to leave tomorrow, I could give it a good try to sell it, and I would have enough to do whatever I needed to do after that. But I've chosen not to. And this is a key thing. We talk to people about this a lot. You can be your age, Dan, and you can get your business set up to sell at the value you want to sell it for. So if you decided to do it tomorrow, I've got enough money to do whatever I want the rest of my life. But you don't have to get out. You can stay in that business then. It's going to run better. It's going to be more profitable, and it's going to be easier for you to live a much more, I should say, and I don't like to use the word balance, but a smoother lifestyle, because, there's some people I work 24/7, blah, blah, blah. That's all I can do. My business consumes me. You won't be doing that if your business is ready to sell. It can't be, because it wouldn't, you're too involved in it. So you can build it up to how you want, and then just wait when you're ready. Make some money, put some money more money in the bank. Who cares? But if you don't get it ready and wait till the end, you're stuck with what you got. You're stuck with your chances. You're stuck with your value. And what we do is say, create that before you go out so you can choose.
But do you work with founders who their business plan, for example, would be handing it off to one of their kids?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yep.
And what does that process look like? Like, how is that different?
Well, it's oftentimes it's a dream. That's not going to happen. I mean, it really is. It really is. And we don't work a ton with founders that are going to succeed their businesses. We got other people that we work with that we send them to. And Mark Kramer, a guy out of New York State, he is probably one of the most well-versed person in this that I've met. And he can explain it much better than myself, but you've got about a 20% chance of succeeding your business if you're lucky. And then if it goes past the second generation to the third, I think it goes down to like 3% chance. But it has to be intentional. I mean, you have to, your children have to be, A, they have to be capable, B, they have to be prepared. You've got to still do a lot of the things to the business that we're talking about to prepare for a sale, because there are so many things to consider. It's like, okay, Dan, you're gonna give your business to your daughter. She's awesome. She's prepared to do it. Well, is she going to buy the business from you? Are you both now going to take income from the business? Is it big enough to support that? I mean, there's so many decisions. And then are you going to let them pay you money over time when cash flow allows? Or are you going to have them take out a loan based on the value of the business so you can get a lot of that wealth out of your business and then let them pay the loan go forward? There's so many considerations, right? Because what happens to a lot of people trying to succeed is they think their children are ready. And they go forward, and the child and them, or children, multiple kids, are now, everybody's taking income from this business, and something happens down the road, 3-4 years down the road, the founder, if they didn't plan right and have enough of a portfolio outside of that business can go out of business, and they're stuck, and their children are stuck because they're all sitting there, so there's a lot of things to create that legacy they want to make sure it's successful.
Cool. So one of my mentor told me once, he said, invest on business. Whenever you're investing on business, don't hesitate. Okay. So sometimes there are decisions that are a bit complex. Let's say if I'm using a software that is a paid software, I'm using a subscription from someone else, and it is helping me in my business good, but still whatever it is charging me is a lot of money, just suppose. And in these cases, what do you think? I still have to invest. Where should I invest? Should I invest on subscription, or should I get that thing ready for me? I invest on that product and get that product from me.
So you're wondering if you should invest in a custom software solution rather than buy a SaaS kind of product to do the same thing? Is that what you're asking? Yeah, I'm a SaaS person because of the fact that until you get to a certain size, right? Then yes, everything should be customized. But until you get to a certain size, they have a development staff. If I'm sitting here running an e-commerce company and I'm say $500 million, do I really want to put 4 or 5, whatever, developers on staff, or at least a couple senior developers with other contractors under it? Do I want to worry about developing that just so I'm moving data between platforms or whatever I'm doing, right? Or rather than pulling a Volusion or BigCommerce or WooCommerce or whatever the heck it is back end into my website like I want to, and let it run off of something that's more standardized. I just think that getting into, I've seen them, people that have developed an entire e-commerce platform based off of open source and then just build it out like they want from it. And I'm talking not big companies, sub $10 million. And they've got $200,000 or $300,000 a year in software resources, in people and other things they're paying for every year, that if you looked at that from a SaaS standpoint, they'd be paying a quarter of that and having better product. So sometimes, but if you look at it, and if I'm a big company, you should develop it, because you can put proprietary stuff in there that you can offer that other people can't, because your development team could figure out and solve problems that no one else has. There could be, crazy cool e-commerce configurators that you can't see in the standard off the shelf kind of thing that you could do. There's, so many custom things you could do, but, you're going to have to put the budget to it. But if you're spending millions of dollars a year in a SaaS equivalent, why not? But yeah, it's just one of those things. I think the size of company dictates what you should do. Or if you absolutely can't find something, yeah. But even if you can't find something, how many different ways can you hook things together anymore? It's so many solutions.
So in terms of SaaS, many of the times SaaS products do not fulfill over 100% needs. They are fulfilling over 90% needs, 85%, even 95%, but not the 100%. So what do you recommend in these cases? Do you think we should go for the personalized or customized solutions or not?
It depends upon what the return's going to be. What's it really going to do for you? I mean, what's it really going to do for you? Have you considered the return on your investment and the long-term upkeep of it? I've seen some where the custom solutions work really well and some where they don't.
Oh, yeah. Cool. So just to wrap up, by the way, I'm also a young entrepreneur. me and Dan are young entrepreneurs, and a lot of young entrepreneurs are coming, following us. So, will you please give an advice with the golden words to the upcoming entrepreneurs, what they should do to boost their business, or not to make the mistakes that I have made, Daniel have made, you have made? So,
build the value outside of yourself. Get a better team. Get a team around you that's better than you are doing everything you're trying to do. I mean, because that makes you duplicate your ability to do things faster, and they're going to find better solutions than you are. Just like we talked about. If I could maybe learn how to develop, but if I hire a really good developer, they're going to develop twice as fast as me, and they're going to develop better solutions. That's the kind of thing you got to do. You got to build it out. You need to be, as the founder of a business, you need to be the coordinator of the team that's going to take us there.
Oh, awesome.
Amazing.
That's good.
Yeah.
I learned a lot. This was a cool session, by the way. So I believe Daniel also learned. Thanks for coming. It was nice talking to you.
Well, you're welcome. I'm glad I could be here, guys.
Thank you. Have a good rest of your day.
Have a good.
You bet.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.